Hi, welcome to this video. I want to give you in this video a real taste for what happens in the Master Design program. And it also reaches way beyond that into what's going on with human design and way beyond that into what is really going on in this world at the moment. Now, I'm just responding to a recording that one of the people in the Master Design program, someone I've been working with for several months in depth with, sent to me. She's what they call in human design, and you don't need to know human design jargon to really get something out of this video, because I'm bringing common sense and real life experience back into what is going on in the world, and particularly applying it to growth and human design and everything around, the changes that are happening in the world today. So she's what they call a manifestor, basically someone who's designed specifically to initiate things, to get things moving, to get things started. And the big realization for her initially, and this is often something that people get with learning about human design, is they're designed to do one thing, which means they're not designed to do something else. And most of their life, they've been trying to do their very darndest and their best to do the thing they're not designed to do. Because of the pressure, the way we're designed, the thing we're not designed to do is the place where we feel the most pressure to perform from the external world, from all the forces in the external world, the people, what's going on energetically in the world, the time in history that we're involved with, just what's going on energetically, everything. That's where we feel the most pressure to do something that we're not designed to do. And most people, one way or another, get drawn into that. And doing something you're not designed to do is a guaranteed way of creating struggle, difficulty, turmoil, maybe even success that never satisfies you or never fulfills you as a person. You end up a disgruntled human being. That's what basically, something, you missed something, or there was, as much as you achieved, there was something more you could have really embraced and contributed to in a different way. And so she was saying to me in this recording, I'm someone who's meant to initiate things, and all my life I've been working at things. See, there are four basic types: people who initiate, people who work, people who guide the people who are working, and people who reflect what's going on in the world, and whether it's actually useful or not. And the vast majority of us, 70%, are designed to work. Now, I'm not going to go into that, but that's a whole topic in itself. My friend, who's one of my people that I work with, on the on the 8-month program called Master Design, she was saying, I finally got it that I need to initiate. I don't want to work anymore. And this is where a line is drawn between theory, practice, and experience. And this applies to any area of endeavor. You can learn the theory, you can go to school, you can get all the things worked out that you think need to be worked out. You can learn the strategies, the techniques, the information. And I did 4 years at university, and I was taught, and I met there people who were doing PhDs and beyond that, double PhDs. And then I went out and worked in the real world and came back to university, and I just saw what a place these people were living in. It was so divorced from the reality. because all they were doing was studying it in detail, but never really learning from getting out there in the real world. And particularly something new that has some real substance, that's really in tune with the times, that's got so much to offer. In fact, part of the problem with human design is it's got so much to offer that you can literally use 10, 20 years of your life studying it, and never really coming to grips with it in the real world. And again, we've had 30 or 40 years of the rise and fall of the New Age, which was, in a sense, the rise of the highest ideals of the old world that we used to live in to the surface and go, this is what we've aspired for thousands of years. But then if that was, and then it sort of became divorced from reality. Not in all cases, by no means. And there was certainly new stuff. But it's about, hey, we've shifted into a new world. We're not living in the old world. And it's very new, and we've got to come to grips with it and make sense out of it. You know, and take all these aspirations and ideals, this incredible imagination we've developed, and apply it to what's going on in the world as the way as it is. The way we live it, not try and impose ideals, but to really apply it in the real world so that the world itself grows and changes from where it's at, not where it should be at. And this applies to everyone. We learn the information, and then if it's going to really make a difference in your life, and in the lives of the people you care for, and then beyond them in the world, it has to really work. It has to get out there and learn from experience, and then be applied in ways that work for real people in the world as it is. And my father used to have this saying that it used to annoy me when I was young, but I really appreciate you, Dad, you know, for what you said. He would say over and over again, there's no substitute for experience. And I used to, being rather ideological, and in those days used to argue with him about that. But then when you're going to take your dreams and visions and, you know, bring them to life in reality, your imaginations, your creativity, there's no substitute for experience, for taking it into your real life and seeing how it works there, and what it takes for those pieces of information, those inspirations that you get to actually come to life and work for you and work with you and work for other people. And that's why after 9 years of really digging in to human design and learning about that, and spending 2 or 3 years really getting into the theory, as people do, you know, as I do anyway, and then going, okay, this is yes, but see, I'm blessed. I'm 68, and I, you know, was trained in science, trained in business, taught in schools, and was one of the cutting edge people in the rise and fall of the New Age and the alternative scene. So, and I've travelled to many, many countries and places and lived there in the world. So I've got a very wide range of experience. And whenever I've got stuck into any sort of dogmatic form, I've been, by just life circumstances, taken out of it and grown in a way that has really come down to, you know, what really makes me healthy, what really fulfills my heart, what clears my mind, what actually works when I'm making money, what really helps people when I'm, you know, counselling them or consulting with them. What programs can I create that won't just sell, 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 but that will actually develop into a form where people will get incredible benefit out of them. It won't just tell people, oh, look what I've figured out. No, it's more like what will really help you. You know, the other blessing of being 68 is, you know, you've realised a long time, you know, 10, 20 or 10, maybe 15 years now, I'm here to leave a legacy. It's not about proving something. It's about, you know, passing on, leaving a legacy, making a difference in people's life. There's so much joy and pleasure in doing that, in seeing other people grow out of what you share with them. And so coming back to the question this lady was asking me, you know, she'd realised she's here to initiate, she doesn't have to work. But then her mind or her brain was going, so what do? I don't see, it goes black and white. It gets very logical, and then it gets very comparing it to things. And, you know, our mind wants to know, and it still feels it's under this pressure to figure our life out and to run it strategically like we did in most of the past up until the last couple of 100 years. And so it's going, what do I do? How do I theorize this? How do I strategize this? And it becomes this or that. It becomes, oh, I'm here to initiate, so I don't work. So what do I do if I don't work? And I'm here to tell you, and this is the most practical side of this whole video. If you're a manifester, you are designed to initiate. That does not mean you do not work. It boils down to this. Work comes to you. Things need to be worked on. But however you're designed to make decisions, decide on whether you want to do this work or not. As a manifestor, you're here to initiate. In other words, you're driven. You're waiting upon yourself. You're driven by what you want. I don't want to do this, then don't. I want to do this. Inform everybody that's what you want to do and do it. I don't want to do this, inform them. Don't do it. Work comes into your life that needs to be done. Then if you decide to do it, then do it the way you would do it, the way you want to do it. It's not about, oh, I'm just sit back now and I don't do any work because I'm not a generator, which are the types that are designed to do work. Same thing with a projector. These are the people who are designed to guide people. They're designed to do that. Do they work? It's up to them, because the part of them that receives, that's open, work will come. Projectors are here, they're designed to help other people. So if the work comes, do it. If you decide to do it, do it. But only in a way that helps other people. If it's not helping anyone be successful, if it's not helping anyone in their lives, stop doing what you're doing. Right? Your primary thing is to guide them. But you still got to cook dinner for your kids if you've got children. You know, you still need to do some exercise, work out. You still need to clean your house. It's work. But do it in a way that leaves you feeling successful, that you've set your place up that other people can come and you can guide them. Or if you're working with somebody, do it in a way that you can see is really benefiting them, because that will bring out that feeling of success in you. And that will be what you transfer to other people. Success. You're feeling it, they'll tune into it. That's what you're designed to do. See, I didn't learn this in theory. I learned this in experience. I'm a generator. I'm here, one of these people to do the work. But I've worked with a lot of projectors and I've worked with a lot of manifestors, way more than the average. And I've learned this by working with them and seeing them going, well, I'm here to guide. So what do I do while I wait for someone? You know, projectors are meant to wait for people to recognize and acknowledge them and invite them. And they often say, well, what do I do? Because it might take days, months, years for people to do that. Hours, could happen instantly for all you know. And I say, enjoy your life. And the practicality comes down to, well, does that mean I don't have any work now? Look, even if you go home, if you've lost your job and you're a husband and you come back and you can help your wife with the kids, but do it in a way that you feel is successful, that you feel it helps your children, helps your wife, helps your friends, that brings up a feeling in you of success that you can transfer to them. As a manifestor, do what you want to do. Why? Because other people who want to do it will want to do it as well. That's the energy you transfer to them. I'm doing what I want to do, and other people will go, great, I'd love to help you. And I'll start doing the things I want to do rather than doing the things I hate doing, which is a great thing to initiate. Now, if you're a generator, 70% of the people watching this, it's like, and I'm one, and I can speak from experience, it's like you're here to work, but not work at anything. You're here to work at what you are gifted to do. You're designed to work in a very particular way. Manifestors are designed to initiate things in a very particular way for them, each individual. Projectors are meant to guide people in a very particular way that they're designed to do. As a generator, you're designed to work in a way that you're designed to work, that's specific to you. And when you're doing that, it's so satisfying. And that satisfaction flows into your work. And the work of someone who's satisfied, who's experiencing satisfaction while they're working, it shows in the work. I mean, it shows in this video, that I'm very satisfied to be sharing this with you at the moment, because it's common sense and it's what I've been working for towards all my life. And 9 years of human design, it's like I've been working towards, how can I convey the real common sense and practicality and usefulness of human design, not the theory and the jargon. The originator did a great job of getting it out there. But there's so much more to discover about the beauty of it, of living this way. And not living in a particular way, but living in your unique way. And then sharing that with other people. So if you're a generator, do what you love. But does that mean you never initiate, you never guide other people? Well, my life experience, I often initiate things. Sometimes I shouldn't. Sometimes I'm just being pressured and I feel under pressure because of all the things I'm taking in, that, I've got to get out there and perform and, initiate something, right? But then there are times I initiate things and I'm so glad I did. And there are often times I guide people. I mean, it's part of my work, is to guide people into, how to make their lives something they truly enjoy, that really fulfills them that helps them grow and realize their true gifts and their true potential, not in general by performing to other people's satisfaction, but by bringing the real gifts that you all carry within you uniquely to the table. So whoever needs to benefit from them can. So I do guide other people. So what's the key for me as a generator? Don't guide people, don't initiate in a way that doesn't work for you. Right? If you're going to initiate, if you've seen something and in response it means I've got to initiate, and things do, you know, sometimes you have to walk up to someone and introduce yourself just because of the way the situation's set up. Not because you're pushing, but because that's what the response that the situation demands of you. Then do it in a way that works. Don't do it if you start to do it and it doesn't work for you. If you say, I've got to make a ton of money, and then you go out there, well, I've got to start something up, otherwise I'll go broke. I've got to do something, you know, which is, well, if you start doing something and it doesn't satisfy you and doesn't work for you, stop it. And start opening up to, okay, I've got a unique gift. If I'm going to say make money or create a relationship or open up, life will bring me the opportunities. But does that mean I just sit and wait and never initiate or never offer guidance? No, not at all. Let those opportunities come and see, okay, here's an opportunity. What would work for me? And I mean that not just what's in my self-interest. I mean, knowing who I am and my unique way of working and my gift. If this works for me and it happens to be initiating, fine. The moment it stops working for you, let it go, because you're not here to initiate, you're here to work. So the prime directive is it working for me? Is this working in my life? Is it working for my customer? If you're a generator. If it isn't, don't fall into the despair of it'll never work. That's literally drowning in what they call who you're not in human design. And certainly, I mean, thousands of years of experience, even thousands of hours of your own experience have shown you that's going to take you nowhere. You may go into it for 10 or 20 minutes to see what the fear is or where you've gone off track, to acknowledge that you're off track and let your automatic correction system come back and bring you on track. But don't wallow in it. Just go, okay, this isn't working. If you're a generator, you're designed to work in things that bring you satisfaction and things that you infuse with that satisfaction. If you're a manifestor, you're here to do what you want and to be at peace with that. So other people feel at peace with doing what they want, if they want to. But it's neither here nor there to you. It will just rub off. You're here to do what you want and be at peace with that. And that will bring peace to whatever you do. People will be at peace with you doing it. I'll leave you alone or help you out. And there'll be peace in your world. If you're a projector, you're here to guide people in a way that brings out the success that you have within you so that you can share it with them. It's that simple. And if they start finding it too much, too difficult, doesn't work for them, doesn't help them become successful, or they start losing their traction on success, back off. You don't have to work at it, just back off. And this is the beauty. I hope you've got a glimpse of what I'm getting at, because it's much easier when I'm working one-on-one with a person to just zoom right in. and use specific examples out of your life to illustrate this. Very specific. And that's why I love working with MasterDesign. Because you and I have time. We have 8 months. We meet once a week. And we use real life experience. I draw upon mine and the gifts that I have to help you suck out of each week's experience what you need to really integrate what's going on in your life so that your experience builds to a level where you can stand on your own 2 feet as who you truly are. Or if you're already really confident and highly successful, and I work with people like that, to take your success to the next level, because we all grow. We all grow. It's part of being a human being, is until you die, you're growing. You've got that potential to grow. And even way into old age people, there are 95-year-olds out there I've seen who's maybe not exactly as fit as I am, but as vibrant and alive as anybody. We're just showing that there's always space to grow and become more and to fine tune and to take. In fact, the greatest achievers, the people who really contribute, and I'm not talking about just massive millions and billions of dollars, that can be part of it. But there are people who make massive contributions in ways that are very quiet, but in their community or in their family, or in just the energy they carry with them and transfer to other people just by interacting with them. Massive contributions, because that ripples. You know, we've got the ability now to communicate globally. That ripples all across the world. And in MasterDesign, I get to work with you to bring out the very best of who you are. And the way it is, not the way it's supposed to be, not the way that fits into everybody else's concepts, but the way that will truly benefit you and everyone around you. And that's taking time. My simplest example is one consultation is like planting a seed and watering it. MasterDesign is planting that seed and watering it for 8 months, almost like a pregnancy, where you can give birth. You can truly grow and develop and give birth to the fullness of who you truly are. And that will continue to grow and grow and grow. But you've had that space, that nurturing space in which the information became real life experience, and it became real in your body, in your nervous system, in your heart. And common sense starts leaking in and filling this up, which is one of the best things you can ever do for yourself, you know, is develop common sense through experience. So that question my friend asked, very, very profound. She was very vulnerable in asking it, really expressing the sense of, what do I do? You know, do I ever work again? Yes, of course you do. But from now on, you work the way you want to work. Do I ever initiate again, in my case? Yeah. But only in a way that works for me, because then it'll work for you. If you're interested in MasterDesign, contact me. We'll put some links somewhere, or, you know, contact me via YouTube or wherever you see this. It's not for everybody, and there's not a lot of places, because there's only so many people I can work with intensively. There's plenty of other options in, you know, what I do for those people who don't have the time, the money, whatever. But if you're someone who truly feels what I'm saying, I won't even qualify you. If you can feel the beauty in building something over time, letting it grow, letting it mature, letting experience become your greatest teacher. And if you can see that possibility in your life, if you'd even like to even entertain that possibility, contact me or join the MasterDesign program. And if you do, I will have such great pleasure in working with you. Seriously, the people who are already in it, we have 5 people already actively involved with it. It's the best stuff I've ever done in my life, the best. So if you're ready to be a part of that, let me know. Hope you've enjoyed that. Take care, and thank you to my friend.